taking over. Listen. Spread out with it. South Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi, on to North Carolina, Philadelphia, Virginia. From down in Miami, where it's warm in the winter. On up to Minnesota, where it's storm in the winter. Jacksonville, Tallahassee, Memphis, 10, holla at me. B&H-Town, Southside, Cloverland, Daddy, I'm the man out in Dallas. Better ask Cali. Catman, Cali with my eyes open valley. Blowing that spinning, going down Vinny. Drop 6, 4, 3, wheel here, switch it. Red light stop, make it drop for the with it. Anything you hear that I said, I meant it. Kane got the crown, then spread out with it. Say you need I said, I get it. If you want to, we can supply you. Gotta not try to come around.
Here's Lee.
And you see a lot of players who are very talented play with a me-first approach. That is not the case with Freak. He doesn't try and attract any unnecessary attention and just focuses on playing his game.
Yeah, I like that about him, Greg. I mean, in a day and age where most guys are self-centered and it's all about me, it's refreshing for a player like Freak. He doesn't invite that kind of noise. I mean, that's as impressive as his skill set.
On the court for the Longhorns, Freak, he's in at 3. Edwards is out there with Ellis. Then it's Turner, and it's Ford in at the 4 slot.
And Kansas always seems to be in title contention. I mean, the program does a great job of finding tough players and having a system that fits them best. Rarely are they not a title contender.
Now here's Lee. Shot clock at 5. Dishes it to Duncan. Fires from the line. And the shot falls short this time. Terry's gone 1 of 3 on the night. Pass to Ford. Over in the corner, Ellis. Freak with it. 17 points in the game. Jacks up a 3. And Turner kicks to Freak. Second shot opportunity. And he lays it up and in. Now it's a 4-point Texas lead.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
That one goes. Curry. 8 points for Kelly Oubre.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Yeah, and that's important because this game may ultimately come down to which team controls the paint in crunch time.
A platoon swap here for Kansas. Oubre's gone 4 of 6 from the floor here tonight. And so in the game for the Jayhawks, they've got Boss, and it's Calderon in at the small forward. Now here's Freak. He's covered by Daniels. And that one's good. Freak.
You know, so often we can forget that these players are student athletes. I mean, Freak does not have that problem. He's an amazing student off the floor and is very dedicated in the classroom.
And how about Freak with a 4.0 GPA, an honor student in high school, and has carried that same work ethic to college as well as he prepares for his games. He truly embodies what it means to be a student athlete.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
And they just keep finding the open man.
Now here's Freak. Right wing. It's tipped. And Blair kicks to Warwick. Can't get it to go. And Kansas the other way now. Outside Williams. 1:36 left here in the second half. Boss takes the bucket.
Make it 10 of their last 12 points coming off assists.
You have to love the ball movement.
Texas trails by 3. Blair, the pass to Hudson. Now here's Freak. Defense right on him. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. And so here's Kansas. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Here's Williams, laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And Kansas leads by 5.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Puts up the baby hook. It falls. What a beautiful shot to bring them to within 3. What a difference in this crowd right now, Clark.
Yeah, they're breathless, nervous, and quiet.
That was a big-time shot. That's how you silence a building.
Williams, a screen on Dort. Good ball movement here by the Jayhawks.
And with Freak, he takes a lot of pride in where he hails from. Didn't grow up with a silver spoon in his hand by any means, and his family cheers him on from Harlem.
And, Greg, you can see it in this game. I mean, we're all a product of where we've been, our environment, our experiences. And with Freak, he doesn't take anything for granted. Some of the very best players of all time have come from the projects like Freak. And he takes pride in playing for Harlem when he's on the court.
And he ends up missing both free throws. And they go to the intentional foul. And the Longhorns making a change here. Ford's checked in. They can more or less wrap it up right here.
This has to be a very smart possession.
And now we've got the intentional foul. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Had to foul and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the strike, and they're right there within range. You know, late-game free throws are a lot different than early-game free throws in terms of making.
At the line for 2.
And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
Wow, I tell you what, those free throws will give them some much-needed breathing room. 2-possession game now.
And here's Texas. Ellis right side. He dishes it to Freak. And Turner kicks to Freak. Launches a 3. The shot no good. And so the Jayhawks take the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, and they got pushed down the stretch, but they did what they needed to do and held their ground when it mattered most and got the W.
For Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in to this broadcast of... Thanks for joining us, and hello, college basketball fans. We've got a great night ahead and a couple outstanding teams going at it. We're going to have the pleasure to watch. Joined in the booth with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. It's Arizona and Texas.
And you know, guys, we go back many years broadcasting college games, and it never gets old. Every big-time player makes a name for themselves at the college level, and we could see that again on display here tonight.
Well, with a guy like Freak suiting up, you know that there are going to be scouts watching his every move, but you look at the roster of both of these teams, and they're really loaded with talent.
A look at Arizona's starting group. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Mitchell. Then it's Johnson, and it's Lewis in at the 5. 4, that's good.
I think it's safe to say that the most notable Longhorn of all time is Kevin Durant. Only spent 1 year there, but that's all the time he needed to leave his mark on the program.
He used that pick to get in close. Johnson's got his first 2 points.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Edwards passes to Turner. Dishes to Freak. Back to Turner. Lawson's against Edwards. Picked him clean. Here's Hollis Jefferson. The pass to Mitchell. That one falls, coming off Lawson's feet. Lawson's got 3 assists now in this one. Arizona on D. 4-point game. Here's Freak. Will not go. This is off the front iron. And here's Arizona now. Lawson kicks to Johnson. A 3 ball. That drops. Johnson's got 5 now.
A lot of times in the first quarter, it'll dictate how big a role a player has later on.
Lawson against Edwards. Feeds it to Freak. Texas no good that time either. Now Arizona with it. Lawson outside. The dish to Mitchell. Back to Lawson. Johnson the screen. Here's Lewis. Out of bounds. Texas takes possession. And it's a completely new group for Texas. Freak, and it's small forward. Ellis is out there with Edwards. Then it's Turner. And it's Ford in at the 4 slot.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
Taking a look at Arizona. They've got Mitchell. Johnson is out there with Hollis Jefferson. And it's Lawson in at the point. Johnson wide open. He fires. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Texas trails by 8. Here's Freak. He kicks it to 4. Texas moving it around to stop the run. And another miss by Texas. And it's Johnson penetrating. And the foul called on Freak. And the Longhorns making a change here. Davis is checked in. Lewis against Turner to the inside. Roberts. And that one's good.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Not a lot you can do as a defense when they keep getting the ball in the paint like this.
Well, for the Arizona Wildcat program, they didn't really become the force it is today until the 80s. Since then, Greg, Arizona has been a big player in the conference.
How about having a string of conference titles, 14 in total, all coming since 1986.
Landry kicks to Lewis. Landry with the screen, pass to Lawson. to the left side wing. Here's Landry. Good on the triple. Landry's got his first 3 points of the game.
And for the Wildcats, arguably their best years were in the late 90s and early 2000s. In 1997, they won their lone college championship. A lot of trips to the Final Four around that time, too.
Hello and welcome back. This is college basketball on 2K Sports. And if you're just tuning in, this is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg as we get set for the second half.
And guys, it's been a one-way street so far in this one. And I don't think anyone would have predicted this score coming out of the half.
And for me, the big surprise is the play of Freak. He's been subpar thus far.
Freak, he's in at 3. Edwards is out there with Ellis. Then it's Turner. And it's Ford in a power forward position. And for Arizona, we've got Hollis Jefferson. Mitchell is out there with Johnson. And it's Lawson in at the point.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this lead.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark.
Which is a spark they desperately need, Kevin. They've got to ramp up the intensity.
And he gets it to go.
Well, in Texas, the Longhorns are known for their football history, actually all over the country. They have an impressive basketball alumnus list, too, though. A lot of pros have come out of Texas.
Here is Edwards. Parked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call.
Just a total loss of concentration right there.
And, Greg, if they continue to make those kinds of mistakes, then this game could turn even more south on them, and sour.
Arizona leading by 15. The shot is off. Excellent D from Freak. And so here's Texas.
Move the ball.
Over in the corner, Ellis. Here's Johnson. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Johnson's got 9.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor.
Lawson with it. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The team deciding to change it up. Here's Landry. Outside Williams. And stolen by Freak. Freak, he's in at small forward. Doherty out there with Davis. And it's Claire. In at the point guard position.
And now that's how you start a fast break and how you finish it.
Now Landry. And Williams, here we go. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And with Arizona, you know they are going to be competitive year in and year out. They do a great job of recruiting, and they always seem to field a team ready to make a deep run in the tournament. Just a very consistent program.
Good on the second free throw. The key word with Arizona, Clark, is consistency.
Big time finish. Emphatic.
He hangs on the rim, too, just for good measure.
Yeah, but guys, nothing wrong with a little bit of showboating every now and then.
Lawson is doubled. He kicks to Lewis. Got a piece of it. The floater goes up again. And Turner with the block. Outside Williams. At the top of the key, Lewis. Missed it. Even after all those chances.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold, and disappearing stroke, all would apply. Boy, Arizona has had a lot of outstanding players in the NBA at all positions. For a while, they were known as a guard factory, and rightly so. Plenty of the outstanding guards have played in Wildcat jerseys.
For the Arizona Wildcat program, a lot of great guards over the years. Perimeter players in general have been their strength.
Yeah, think about it. Andre Iguodala, Jason Terry, Richard Jefferson are some of the recent names. How about Gilbert Arenas as well? I mean, they've made their way also into the coaching ranks as well, with Steve Kerr doing a terrific job with the Warriors, and now Luke Walton, an assistant. And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Lawson dishes to Mitchell. Williams gets the bucket.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Arizona.
Great, generous ball movement tonight. A thing of beauty.
Yeah, a remarkable team effort, Kevin. Everybody got involved, and that paid dividends.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Johnson. Every inch of the floor was his tonight as he came out and injected an energy into every play. The offense has clearly kicked into gear. The question, though, is it just a little too late?
Yeah, I think it may be, Greg. At least they're finally showing some signs of life offensively. Too bad I think it's past the point where it'll do much good.
Now, here is Lawson. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Turner. There's 37 seconds left in the game. Passes it to Freak. At the elbow, it's Turner with his first shot attempt, and it's blocked by Lewis. Clark, and they can just let the clock run out here.
No argument with that W.
Ellis against Lawson. On the wing, Williams. Back to Lawson. So Arizona wins it. They came in here and this is where it's at, folks. The college tournament ends here tonight. For one team, the joy of a lifetime will be achieved. And there's no doubt going to be some incredible action all along the way. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. We'll see the Wisconsin Badgers and the Texas Longhorns.
You got that right. I mean, this is what each student athlete has worked so hard for all season long. An opportunity for the title. I mean, this game might very well be the defining moment for the lives of every one of these young men.
Both these teams have gone through so much adversity just to make it here. All tournament long, it's been survive and advance. But now, this is the part where you put all your chips on the table and just lay it on the line.
Let's check out Wisconsin's starting lineup. We've got Hawkins. He's out there with Hill. Kaminsky out there with Decker. And it's Evans in at the 4 spot. Now here's Freak. Lets it go from deep. Evans with the rebound. The Texas Longhorns have been building their basketball program over the years. They have been on the verge of greatness for a long time.
I think Texas in general is very decorated in its athletics program. I mean, still looking for their first college basketball championship on the men's side is what they're reaching for.
Edwards against Hawkins. Pass to Turner. Edwards with it. To the middle. Here's Freak. Lays it up and banks it in. Freak's got his second bucket of the night.
And with any championship game, you know that every player is going to have their heart racing for the first few minutes. That's just natural. That's adrenaline. They'll need to remain calm, though, and let the game come to them and kind of ease into it.
And one guy, guys, I'll keep an eye on in this one is Freak. He is the consummate leader for his team. He can come out strong and play his game.
Wisconsin trails by 6, and Wisconsin looking at who they've got. They've got Hill. He's out there with Hawkins. Decker is out there with Kaminsky. And it's Evans in at the power forward position.
And that's an example of willpower right there, guys. I mean, grabbing the offensive rebound and then going back up strong.
And Gio, in a close game like this where every possession is critical, that could prove to be a very big one.
Boy, it sure could, Kevin. I mean, he salvaged 2 big points for them off that miss.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Longhorns.
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
It really does make the game easy. Easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Now here's Freak, guarded closely. And Texas tacks on 2 more.
You know, one of the big questions on everybody's mind in this game is whether or not Freak will stay on for another year or go pro. I mean, usually a player with his upside would be a lock to be a one and done, but he's giving serious thought to staying.
And Freak is a guy who clearly values the scholastic aspect of collegiate sports, so it makes sense for him to think about staying beyond this season. Still, with Freak's draft stock rising, this could be his final game as a collegiate player.
Just 3 to shoot. For 3, Hill. The rebound by Turner. Well, Wisconsin has had a bit of a renaissance in their program of late. Clark, last decade and a half, have seen them put up some great seasons.
And you know, Kevin, the Badgers weren't really a major powerhouse in hoops until the turn of the century. But now, they're one of the most consistent teams in the country.
Kicks it to Hill. Here's the pass to Evans. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Texas leading by 7.
And Badgers have been great since right around the millennium. Since about 1999, they have made the tournament every season. Guys, few schools can say that.
And the Badgers with possession here. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And Freak gets it to go on the assist by Ellis. Freak's got the lead up to 7 now for the Longhorns.
And, you know, for Wisconsin and their consistent appearances in the tournament, guys, they don't just show up and leave now. I mean, they often go deep in the tournament. Sooner or later, I think they might go all the way again.
Offensive rebound.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Here's Hawkins. He hits the shot at the very last second. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Texas leads by 4. And welcome back. We're just about ready to get going with the second half of a historical championship game. For those just tuning in, this is Kevin Harlan, pleased to be alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony as we get set to watch how the college basketball season will end.
And in a championship game like this one, guys, you would have expected a close battle. I don't think either side is going to be able to run away and hide in this one.
And, Greg, tight games like this are where legends are born. I mean, if a player like Freak can come up huge in this final half of play, he'll anchor himself in school history as one of the greats to ever play the game.
Freak, he's in at 3. Edwards is out there with Ellis. Then it's Turner, and it's Ford in at power forward. And for the Badgers, they've got Decker. Hill is out there with Hawkins. Then it's Kaminsky, and it's Evans in at the 4 spot.
You know, Wisconsin has not historically had a lot of players in the NBA. That number, however, could be growing in the next few seasons. I mean, they have a few, but for the most part, their winning has come through solid team play. Some big points there. I mean, they got them on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
And exactly what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. Just more of the same.
Hawkins kicks to Hill. Pass to Hawkins. Evans, a screen on Edwards. Evans at the elbow. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
And that one's good. Freak.
And as we see Freak and his team go for the title here, he is trying to repeat what he did just a year ago. He was able to lead his high school to the PSAL championship.
Well, Greg, he was a 4-time All-American selection in high school and a unanimous one at that. He's won state titles before, but this is a different animal in high school.
That one was solid. There's a big difference in the field goal percentages between these two teams here in the second half.
And, Greg, that difference has come about because we've got one team moving crisply, getting good shots, and the other is just kind of stagnant.
platoon swap here for Texas. Wisconsin trails by 9. Freak in a 2-guard. Doherty out there with Davis. Then there's Edwards. And it's Turner in at the 5 down low. It's deflected, and so it looks like the Badgers will retain possession here. Here's Decker, down low. Here's Gibson. The 10-footer finds the target.
And with that height advantage right there, he had a good, clear look at the basket.
Longhorns leading by 7. Edwards passes to Freak. Davis dishes to Doherty. Feeds it to Freak. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
This game's still very much up in the air. I mean, this is where you start to separate the men from the boys and where heroes are born.
And one team looking to ice the win, the other hoping to force OT. I think right now you lean on your stars and get the ball to Freak every chance you get to try and come away here with the title.
The Badgers making a switch here. Kaminsky's checked in.
He has such terrific form and consistency on his free throws. Beautiful to watch.
Hill with it. At the elbow, it's Decker. The 10-footer. Tries again. Nice D from Freak.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Hill kicks to Hawkins. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Yeah, way to play an attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Wisconsin trails by 12.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Longhorns.
Steve, I agree. You know, I think the attitude was very impressive. Clark, you talked about this before the game. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Yeah, absolutely. They put a tremendous performance in terms of effort and intensity, and they deserve to win this one.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Freak. He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Launches a 3. Here's Warwick. They grab their own miss. Freak drops in the layup for 2. Freak's got the lead up to 12 now for the Longhorns.
Yeah, might as well tack on a few more points to the lead, I guess. This is going to be a dominant win for them.
That's the right word for it, Greg. Dominant. This one was as one-sided as we've seen in a while.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
Boy, it does your heart good to see that kind of determination in a player. Really excellent focus that time.
Clark, one thing we've seen from these guys is excellent ball movement.
And you love to see that, Kevin. I mean, I love watching unselfish play, and I know Greg enjoys that too.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync. Oh, that's a tough three-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Well, he'd have to be really good to knock down a shot like that against that kind of defense.
So the Longhorns win it.
Hello?
Hey, Ma, it's me.
Hey, Frequency.
I got you on speakerphone.
Okay, your sister there?
Hey, Mama, I'm right here.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm fine.
You bet's here too, Mama.
Hi, Mama. How you doing? I'm fine.
Does she have to be here?
Yes. Mr. Pagnotti, the agent I was telling you about, he's in the room too.
How you doing, ma'am?
I'm good. Nice to meet you.
What a pleasure to finally meet the queen mother of this young, talented man, even if only by telephone.
That's sweet. hang on, Frequency. Here comes your father.
All right.
Hey, sorry I'm late. Hope everyone's well.
How you doing, Mr. P?
I'm doing good.
So let's get to it.
Yeah, let's do this. We all know why we're here. This meeting is strictly confidential, 100% off the record. Didn't happen. We weren't even here. Capiche?
We met working at the post office together. Mark was the clerk, and I was a carrier.
Good evening, and welcome to the NBA Draft. With the first pick in the NBA Draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Karl Anthony Towns from the University of Kentucky. With the second pick in the NBA Draft, the Los Angeles Lakers select D'Angelo Russell from The Ohio State University. With the third pick in the NBA Draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Jahlil Okafor from Duke University. With the fourth pick in the NBA Draft, the New York Knicks select Kristaps Porzingis from Latvia. With the fifth pick in the NBA Draft, the Orlando Magic select Mario Hezonja from Dubrovnik, Croatia. With the sixth pick in the NBA Draft, the Sacramento Kings select Willie Cauley-Stein from the University of Kentucky. With the seventh pick in the NBA Draft, the Denver Nuggets select Emmanuel Mudiay from Dallas, Texas. With the eighth pick in the NBA Draft, the Detroit Pistons select Stanley Johnson from the University of Arizona. With the ninth pick in the NBA Draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Frank Kaminsky from the University of Wisconsin. With the 10th pick in the NBA Draft, the Miami Heat select Justice Winslow from Duke University. With the 11th pick in the NBA Draft, the Indiana Pacers select Miles Turner from the University of Texas. With the 12th pick in the NBA Draft, the Utah Jazz select Trey Lyles from the University of Kentucky. With the 13th pick in the NBA Draft, the Phoenix Suns select Devin Booker from the University of Kentucky. With the 14th pick in the NBA Draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder select Cameron Payne from Murray State University. With the 15th pick in the NBA Draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Kelly Oubre. With the 16th pick in the NBA Draft, the Boston Celtics select the 19-year-old small forward from the University of Texas.
Let's do this, young man.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Frequency Vibration. Welcome aboard, young man. Welcome aboard.
Wow. Wow. This is bananas.
Take your time, baby.
Thanks, Mom. Okay, so I first want to thank everyone who made this possible. Mom, Dad, I couldn't have done this without you. I'd like to thank my lady Yvette. My dude, Vic.
Hey, yo, I got you, man. Hey, hold him in the building all day, yo.
Aye.
Yeah, I love you, man. I love you uptown.
He's like my brother. Oh, gosh. And also, want to thank my sister, Cece, who is also my manager. Swish, love you.
I love you more.
And my agent, Mr. Don Pagnotti himself.
You're the man, baby.
I guess I will take some questions now. Yes, ma'am.
How did you get the nickname Freak?
A lot of people don't know this, but Freak is short for my very first nickname, Frequency Vibrations.
Yeah, true story. I like to introduce our mother so she could tell it.
Go ahead.
You know, Mama.
Tell her, Mama.
No, Mama.
Go get her, Mom.
Thank you, everyone. Frequency and Cece are fraternal twins. And so when I was pregnant, one of them kept kicking and jumping around all the time. So my husband, Pete, put headphones on my belly and played reggae music.
Hence the name Frequency Vibrations.
We shortened it to Freak.
How did you know who was kicking?
A mother knows. A mother always knows.
Are you ready for a photo op?
Yes. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the next NBA superstar, Frequency Vibration.
Go ahead, son.
Thank you all for coming. We will be available for one-on-ones in the back. Good job. Well done.
Congratulations, son.
Won't even run about guards, I don't believe in none of that.